bread, stack the bread, flip the bread, then repeat the same grind. I'm just trying to have it ball, put my family on at the same time. Sticking straight to the code, everything will fall in the same line.
Once again, it's your friend Sizway, and I want to welcome you to What They Do.
What they do. What they do. What they do.
Curry chicken.
What they do.
You heard that?
You know what they do. What they do is a slang in Miami where we say what they do. You know, what's up, what's popping. And today, you know, listen, I got a guess. They call him Prezzi. Thank you. They call him Prezzi. And they say the Bajans just wind backwards, but I ain't too sure. Right? I want to welcome one part of the Bacchanal Boys. Hey, yo, Prezzi.
Yeah.
What they do, boy?
Yeah. What's going on, guys? You already know what it is. He already said it. Prezzi, big bad Bacchanal, Slackness King. You see it. You see it here. You Slackness King, man. What's going on, Iswe? What's going on, baby?
Yo, man, it's a pleasure having you, brother. You know, I've been wanting to get you on the podcast for a minute. We've had some scheduling conflicts, but you was able to make it happen today.
Yes, man.
And yeah, so I want to get right into it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or let's really wind backwards or no?
I had to do I had to make some calls. And when I made the calls, I didn't realize it, but I had to make some calls. I had to make some moves and do a few
The
things.
Bajans wind backwards. I don't believe
we
that.
wind back. Yeah, it's counterclockwise.
It's counterclockwise?
At least I do. At least me. And I'm pretty sure if I does it, then the rest does it.
Yeah,
Man, shout out to my Bajan family.
Well, they don't call it wine. It's called it walk up.
Walk up.
Yeah.
Bajan walk up. We don't wine with you if we in Trinidad, but if you come to Barbados,
It's a walk up.
it's a walk up.
That's what's up. Listen, I want you to explain to me why the Bacchanal Boys resonates so well and so much with the people. Like, it to me, it's like, them fellas only whining, right? But, I mean, your followership is extremely high. You are well-known across the globe, right? Wherever there's Caribbean people are at, they know the Bacchanal Boys, right? What about your product is so, I don't know, magnetic?
I come from the bottom. I come from the mud. Everything I do is for the mud. Everything I do is for the people that I seen come up and get it from the bottom, the hustle. I love the hustle, and I love to make sure that when I do hustle, I give back. And I don't have to, it's not about monetary gain. It's not about, like, when I say give back, I mean the love.
Yeah.
Understand? Like, so I love my people. I see my mother do it, and I see my father do it from the community that I was brought up in. I am a Bajan. My mother and father are Bajan, but I was raised in the state of New Jersey. And in my community, they were like superstars. They were like the Robin Hood. They were giving back to inner city youth, recreational sports. You know, the only way that at one point in time we thought we could only make it basketball. You know, if it's not, you know, out in the street, you know, selling, you know what we do, hustling. It's sports. So that was what we did. Like, from 2 years old, 3 years old, I was in newspapers. My father, my mother hold me. Like, I was born into this as far as
Community driven.
Yeah. So my background, like I said, I have 2 degrees. I have a master's degree in social work. I have a bachelor's in sociology. So the study of human behaviors, I know what the people want, and I want to give it to them. It's all about love.
That Bacchanal thing is by design.
It's by design.
Like, I saw a need.
Like the vision, like for you to say, you know what, Beezy Bacchanal Boys, I'm gonna grab 5, 6, 7, 8 guys. We're gonna make the team and present it to the people, and knowing that they're gonna take that and appreciate it. Right. That was lit.
When I like I said, when I speak of my family, I spoke of my parents and my family and the background I come from. So I'm very family oriented. So when it comes down to family, all the people that you see, I consider family. I either grew up with them, I either went to college with them, and we've been going since then, or based on who they are and where they come from, I'm a person that loves to take somebody that I can see the potential in and bring them up. So a lot of everybody that you see that's a part of Bacchanal Boys, I consider family. It's not like, okay, we recruiting, I'm gonna grab this person, grab that person. They have some sort of significance for me to the reason why they're with me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You said New Jersey. But I understand it's actually New Jersey, DMV, Atlanta, Miami.
Right.
Talk to me.
Oh, God, you did your research.
Yeah. I'm a big man in the thing, It's what they do. You heard?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Talk to me about how attending
Bowie State University. I'm a bulldog forever.
Talk to me about how that helped you develop as the man that you are today, right?
Okay.
That's an HBCU.
Yeah.
You come from a Caribbean background.
Right.
So I want to talk about that space and time.
Right.
How that has
made you who you are today.
First things first, as you see, if y'all don't know, I am 6'7", so I'm a very tall guy. I've been around athletics. My DNA is athletics as well. So I've been in sports all my life. I started as a 4-season athlete, track and field athlete since I was 8 years old. Right? So AAU, traveling since I was 8. Felt like we was the Jacksons. I had to wake up every night, every morning, 5 a.m, get myself together, get ready, and compete. And I've always competed in front of hundreds of thousands of people. So when it comes down to it, that part of my life was I was in sports, I was traveling all the time from a little kid. So I was used to traveling. So I knew once I got out of high school, I did not want to stay in New Jersey. I wanted to, expand, explore, because I knew that I was ready for that. I knew what within going to Bowie State, which is 3.5, 4 hours away from Jersey, I wouldn't be too far from the family, but I wouldn't be too close. Mm-hmm. So I have an opportunity to kind of like learn the different cultures. When it comes to the DMV, Bowie State, I mean, it's in Prince George's County, PG, it's in Maryland, but 40 minutes from there is Morgan State, which is in Baltimore. Then 40 minutes away is DC, which Howard University is right there. So I was in the heart. I was able to get the best of both worlds from that within that culture. So I adapted to that. Shout out to my DMV crew. So a lot of people that know me, they know me from when I was at Bowie State. After that, after Bowie State, I went and got, like I said, I got my master's in social work. Then I went to Atlanta. And I got my master's degree in social work at Clark and Atlanta University. I actually also interned at Morehouse College as a counselor, so everything is deep, man. It's deep.
I wanted to talk to you about this experience of going to HBCU, right, getting your degree, because I find sometimes we, as Caribbean people, kind of separate ourselves from the African American and their experience.
Right.
And I think that we shouldn't do that. I'm not saying that we all do it, but I think we tend to stand in our corners.
Right.
And being in that space and
indulging,
but not just indulging, but being a part of the thing, right? Like embracing the thing.
Yes.
And that helping you reach these spaces that you're in today. Because as you said, you study people, you understand the psychology.
Right.
And it allows you to be amongst people that might not be where you from. Right. Yeah.
So for me, it's like this. Like, and you see on certain social media platforms, the Caribbean ones, they kind of like downgrade the hip hop, aspect of things. They downgrade, like I understand you don't want hip hop played at a carnival, but at the end of the day, look how we dress. Look at our style, our swag. It's urban culture. It's Black American culture. When I see artists on stage, soca artists, their fashion is hip hop fashion. There's no such thing as soca fashion. It's hip hop fashion. One of the top artists in the game, Problem Child, one of his best friends is Safari. And he was in one of the episodes of Love and Hip Hop. So that lets you know that where we come from. For me, going into HBCUs, Bowie State, Clark Atlanta, people don't know, even though we're all collectively, we're all there for the same purpose. When it comes to HBCUs, we're there for the black college experience. It's the experience. Really, we're there for academics, but we don't really care too much about, like how can I say this? About who's there or if it's Caribbean. We all there together as one to have a good time. And fun fact, there are Caribbean clubs in these colleges. So there's people that are, whether you're Caribbean American, whether you're full Caribbean, at the end of the day, they have clubs that, even though we're here for this purpose, we can get a taste of what our roots are. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel like for that, like me having that and being a graduate or having degrees from 2 HBCUs, I'm HBCU made.
Yeah.
People don't realize how much of, basically, like you said, the melting pot, how much of an influence that we are on each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, fashion. There's no such thing as Caribbean fashion or Soca fashion or dancehall fashion. Everybody peeps game and gets it from urban black culture. Because at the end of the day, we all black. It's just as simple as that.
Yeah, I think it's important to say that, and it's important to recognize that we have to be able to be a one people and not a separate people.
Right.
As I think, especially as it relates to Caribbean and African Americans, and then the Caribbean as a whole.
Right. We're too hard on each other. It's more too hard on each other. It's like either A, if you're Caribbean, you're not black enough. If you're black, you're not Caribbean enough. It's like we're just too hard on each other in the sense of why we have to prove to each other that in order for you to be whatever enough, you have to do this. Like it could be something as small as, like, for some people, it could be funny, but some people don't eat the whole fish with the head on it or with the tail. And if you don't eat it like that, you ain't Caribbean enough.
No, definitely. If you don't eat up all the bones in the chicken, if you don't eat the bone and the bone marrow, you're
not Caribbean enough. Like that analogy is crazy. I mean, I understand it, but it's like these are the little tick for tat things that we try to that we put out there to try to say if we Caribbean enough or not. And it's crazy because I don't think any other culture really goes through this. It's funny sometimes to me.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. We have to do we're very hard on each other.
Yeah.
Not tolerant of the next person. Like everybody don't have to eat the same thing to be Caribbean or to be black or to be whatever.
Right.
But I do think that we got to be just unified in our thought.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I want to ask you about being a trendsetter and the trendiness of Carnival.
Yeah.
Do you find Carnival to be a little too trendy in the sense, like, you have these social media, what do you call them? Social media people.
Influencers. Okay.
Right, who have a position now, it seems.
Yeah.
In Carnival. And do you think that it's getting too much, or you think it's good for the Carnival?
I think that, and it's a gift and a curse to this, I think that COVID-19 and the lockdown created an opportunity for this to be trendy because people got bored. And now they have time to think about, okay, what's the next thing that we can get into to kind of like just to have fun. So people that are getting into this that are that maybe not of the culture or maybe not familiar, you know, you have individuals coming into Carnival that may be American or may have some form of roots, but they really are not like trying to study or do research on them. Now all of a sudden they coming in and saying, you know, my such and such or my grandmother or my mother is Caribbean, so I want to try it out because the feathers are colorful and the costumes look nice. And I think that I blame COVID-19 because it gave people an opportunity to just until they're so bored to just think about ways to just infiltrate something that they really don't understand. And it is becoming a lot more trendy. And that's the dangerous thing about it, because you have individuals like me that come into this bringing an element to the culture that I have grown up seeing, and that I more so favor to expose on my end. And now it's gonna look like this is what it's all about. And that's not what it is. At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, I say this all the time, and I'm gonna say it again. We have the ability to have a library at the palm of our hands, which is a smartphone. So don't tell anybody that, oh, whatever you're doing, if you're doing this and that, is giving a bad representation of the culture, because we have the access like we didn't have before. Back in the day, you had to go to the library, and whatever they had, whatever books they had, or whatever they had, that's what.
Wikipedia.
Yeah, that's the only thing that you had to be able to do research. Now you can search, is soca music a part of the Caribbean? They're gonna say yes. It's easy. At the palm of your hands, you gotta do is type it. So it's not an excuse.
But if we look at your page,
Yeah.
your IG, right, with all of the stuff that you've posted,
Right.
one would assume that is the culture,
Right.
Bacchanal,
Right.
is that
So one would assume that, correct. But this is my question. It's me, you, and a few other individuals in this room right now,
yeah,
which makes up to what? 4 of us?
yeah.
So how can one me, even though I have the impact, I have the influence, how can just me, that is a part of the culture, dictate how everybody views it, knowing that it's billions of us, and I'm pretty sure, and it's I can say it's billions of us in this world that are Caribbean. We just don't, we can't like track down statistics. But at the end of the day, if one individual, each individual took the time to make it their responsibility to represent or play a part within the culture, and it's 1 million of us, you know how far we will get? Everybody is looking for one person to represent every element of the culture.
Both things. So you're saying it's their ignorance.
It's their ignorance,
And you
because
can't be responsible for that.
I'm one person.
Yeah.
I'm one person. I understand how what I do could put a bad taste in some individuals' mouths, but not everybody, because I have 34, almost 35,000 followers.
Talk
and
that shit.
they loving it.
Talk that.
So if they're loving it, then that means that I have my end and then you have your end. When we go to fets, you got whatless individuals that love to get on bad, and you got the people, the stush or the posh, that look at them like, look at those people. So there's a class. There's a wild class. There's a not so wild class. So at the end of the day, you just stay where you at.
Uptown, downtown.
Yeah, right. Listen, when we in the city, there's an uptown, there's a downtown, there's a midtown too. So you got I feel like the midtown, they in between both. Like I like that, but it can't be too crazy. And you got the ones that's super crazy, and you got the ones that just don't want to deal with that at all.
I feel like your boss Uber Soca. I feel like I saw you Uber Soca.
Yes.
And I feel like your boss there, you built a brand of slackness, like what's on your head, from the bottom, right? Like out of nowhere, to a point where you have like 35,000 followers. You're all over the world.
Right.
Give us some insights on how you did that. You know, I think the cliche or what's said oftentimes is just gotta be consistent, just gotta post and
Right.
But I think it's way easier to say that.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? I do that. That is my claim to fame. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's my claim to fame. When people ask me for advice, stay consistent, be persistent, and just know what you're doing. Like that is one thing that I say, but it is more to it, because some people you get the blueprint to, and then they just mess it up. So you know you have to be. I feel like you have to be worthy for me to actually give you the game to know that you understand and you're gonna do right by it. So it's like when it comes down to me, I always been a vibe from a youngster. I've always been a vibe. Everybody that I've associated myself with or my crew, they always been a vibe. So what it was was first I was promoting myself. First I was promoting Prezzi. And I was a vibe. Everybody wanted to be around me in Atlanta because that's where I actually established Bacchanal Boys in Atlanta. So Atlanta soca scene was pretty small. Atlanta Carnival was when it really, amplifies. But I was in Atlanta, and I had a friend of mine that was like, "Yo, like, you such a vibe, man. Like, anybody that comes around you, they gravitate to you, and you just bring the energy. You like a party starter. What do you think about doing with this?" And I'm like, "Doing with what, man? This is what we do. This is my culture. This is what we do." "What you mean, do with it?" It's like, "Yo, I think you should do something with it." And I literally had a full-fledged argument with my man, like, yo, like,
what that mean about?
Like, what do you like? Yeah. And literally had an argument to where we I just hung up the phone, like, yo, like, what you talking about doing? Like, you trying to pressure me into doing something that this is what we naturally do.
Yeah.
By the time, not the Uber Soca where I bust, that was 2019. Shout out to Mr. Killer. We had the mattress thing. That's where I bust. But I went to Uber Soca in 2018 with my crew. We just went as just us. We was robbing. We was doing what we do with Bacchanal team. By the time we left off of there, everybody's like, "Yo, who are them cats that was on that boat?"
Was crazy.
And they was a group, and they was just going crazy. Who were they? About a week and a half later, I was like, you know what, we gotta do something. Whatever what my man was talking about, what you gonna do with this? I was like, oh, light bulb, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna create a movement. Had to think of a name. I said, yo, it can't sound regional, it can't sound local, it can't sound ghetto. It's like when I think of Bacchanal Boys, I think about McDonald's. I think about Walmart. Something that sticks. That when the DJs or the MC say it on the mic, it has power.
Yeah.
So
it resonates.
It resonates.
Yeah.
So when I was sitting down, a very special friend of mine, it was like, yo, think about Bacchanal Boys. I said, that's it. And from then, because when it comes down to the logo, I made the logo. I made logos for a lot of individuals, a lot of influence, a lot of individuals in the scene. I'm not going to name. I don't really want credit for that. But I created my logo. I said, if we going to do this, first thing.
Give me one.
Give you one?
Yeah.
He always puts me in high regards and always shouts me. I created the logo for Spinny Dance.
Okay.
The greatest fitness instructor of all time. He's the man. So that thing the logo you see on this shirt with him, the silhouette and the spinny, I created that logo.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I did my own logo. I did the Bacchanal Boys logo. Any logo that you see or any, like, even when it comes to my brand now, the Slackness World.
Mm-hmm.
I created that, you know what I'm saying? And anybody that needed help,
The Bacchanal Boys logo is so simple, but yet effective.
That's, you know what's crazy? That's what I said when I created. I said, I need any logo that I make for anybody, I say simple but effective. It don't gotta be a whole bunch of this and this and that. Simple but effective so it can go anywhere. It's simple but effective. The only thing that was a question mark at the beginning was the stick figure part.
You could use it.
And not even I can use it. If people are going to signify it with it being a man whining on a gal, are they gonna think that it's sexual? So I had to be like, you know what? Like, I was like, I don't know, but I said, I forget it. This is up, because either you're gonna like it or you're not. But most people submit, because when we whine and we dance, it's symbolism of, if we, doing it the style.
So that's interesting you would say that, right?
Yeah.
Because I think many Caribbean people would say it ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
This is the culture, and we just dancing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you could look at the type of dancing that some of us are doing.
Yeah. Including me.
On the floor.
Yeah.
Right? Picking up the girl and she in your front, her front in your face. And, right? So, yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
The news right now, sticky. Very sticky.
Very
right?
cold.
It's very sticky right now. Zess is trending. Zess and Trinidad and Trinidad Killer and Rhythm and
Eskimo season.
you privy to that? Like, what you feel about
I'm very privy to that. Shout out to Trinidad Killer. Shout out to the Zess movement. Shout out to the Trini Bad movement. Because at the end of the day, when it comes down to that situation, it's all Bacchanal. And I am the king of the Bacchanal. So it only makes sense. Like I said earlier, I come from the bottom. I come from the mud. I know what it is to be at a disadvantage. I know what it is for an individual to see that you come from nothing and they know that they can take advantage, that they have more than you.
So you feel like they advantage Killer? They advantage in him?
Trinidad Killer is, despite his approach is based on being fought down or fighting the people down for making sure that his message gets across. So when you got a cat from the street or you got a cat that come from nothing that feels like his back is against the wall and he can't do it the way that one say to do it, he gonna get it however he gonna get it. And I know exactly what that's about. You know what I'm saying? Like I me being fortunate enough to be educated, use my brain to say, yo, I'm better than, than just playing the block and hitting the street. I'm gonna go and get it the right way. And I was fortunate enough with my athletics, with my intellect to do that. But I could have been one of those cats that was unfortunate and decided to play, and then my whole life would have been different. My whole life could have been ruined. So you gotta understand something. This is, when it comes to a Trinidad Killer, this is his livelihood. It's all he got. He don't have nothing else. And for him to feel shorted because he doesn't have the ability to rub shoulders with this individual, or if he does rub shoulders with him, then when he feels like he has the opportunity to be at the door, they shut it on him. You gonna get it how you gotta get it. You gonna get it by any means necessary, even if you have to, start a little bit of controversy and all of that. Thank you. Start a little bit of controversy and get a little nasty with them. I know what that's about because I'm a product of that. You think these cats, and I'm not even gonna say all of them, but you think some of these individuals that have these companies or throw these events, these high prestige events, you think they want me in these parties?
I don't know. It looked like it.
No, they don't. Listen, the ones that look like they want me in these parties, those are the ones that I pay for because I want to be there. I enjoy it. I like it. Like, at the end of the day, the product is good. And
So are you saying to me like that you feel like you just get fight down in parties? Like
of
to
course,
do what you do?
You see, equivalent to a Trinidad Killer as far as music,
Yeah.
I'm the equivalent to the party scene.
Word.
Understood. Yeah. Like, it's certain individuals that love what I do and see the value that I'm a master marketer and promoter and getting people motivated to go to an event. Anytime you see Bacchanal Boys on a flyer or you see Bacchanal Boys posted, people coming. It could have been somebody that was like, oh, I'm thinking about coming
Yeah, but that's
to
what
this.
I'm saying, because I'm saying like you gotta be a pilot or something because you in every fete, in every state, in every country.
Shout out to the promoters that actually see the vision and understand the assignment that we have value to a party or to the culture. Those are the ones that make sure they contact us and they make sure that they put us in these places. And they also say that, yo, you're valuable enough, we want to pay you. The ones that don't do that, when I in the DMs and they see it and they don't respond, or they may see it and don't respond and leave it on red, but they seen enough to know that I'm asking to do business and they ignore it.
I think it might be because they might not see the value.
On face value?
Oh, yeah.
Value on face
No, that's cool. They don't see it, and at the end of the day, if you don't see it, that's understood, and I respect it. But at the end of the day, I know I'm in the talk. I know I'm in the talks of the round table.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's not about Bacchanal Boys. It's who is the man behind Bacchanal Boys, because this man knows how to market. He knows how to promote. All I'm saying is let's have a discussion. When it comes down to these promoters that ignore me, because I respect your grind and I respect your hustle and I love the event and I love the preparation and everything you put behind it, I still will pay my money.
So you think some of that is reflective in the fight with Trinidad Killer Again and the rest of the Zess crew and those who, like, do you think that's where kind of where the Zess came out of the struggle and saying, like, we're going to have our own thing and we're going to do what we like?
Zess came out of the struggle just like hip-hop came out of the struggle. Just like Soca came out of a struggle, and guess what the common denominator is? When Soca first started, the Calypsonians fight it down and say it was rubbish music. Now that Soca is where it's at, the Trinidad and the Zess, they trying to get in, and now the Soca artists or the Soca community or whoever is saying that it's rubbish music. But now at this point, you find a way to profit off of it. So when you find a way to profit off of it, because at that point when it was new, it was like we don't understand what's going on, and there's no way for us to profit off of it. So at the end of the day, we're going to fight it down. Now
It's prominent.
And they found a way to get or capture the audience of that.
And it's a paying audience.
It's a paying audience because I ain't gonna say no names, but the audience that they're getting or the artists that they're getting the audience from crossed over a year ago. And he did a record with a big Trinidad artist.
Okay.
And now, even though he still represents the Zess and he still represents the Trinidad, now they have that prodigal son to say, we can now get this audience. That's where the big links comes from.
So you ain't really digging or fighting that artist. You saying that that some of these people in positions know what they're doing and using that as a way to gain access,
Right.
to
The
financial standing,
right.
where that group of people reside.
Right. Let's keep it 100. I ain't fighting down nothing. I'm gonna go flat out and say it. I love the Big Links rhythm. I love the whole rhythm. But I also love the bigger links. Understand what I'm saying?
The bigger links.
You know why?
Nicki Minaj.
Right.
Ah.
I mean, Queens. Shout out to Queens, man. I'm not fighting down nothing. I love it all.
Yeah.
But understand the assignment. Understand why a person wants to do what he does. At the end of the day, if I feel like I cannot get it, stop using his tactics and how he lashes out as an excuse. He's lashing out because at the end of the day, he feels like he has no other choice.
Do you feel like it's a right or wrong issue, or you think it's a deeper issue? I mean, I guess clearly you think it's deeper than...
It's deeper. Like, I don't know if a lot of people understand, like, we can go back to the chitlin circuit. When I say that, I mean the doo-wop, the Temptations, and all. Like, listen, back in the day, they used to say that Elvis used to steal black people's music and use it for financial gain. What I'm saying is this. Just because it's legalized, just because it's paperwork involved and you sign paperwork to legalize does not make it right. They're saying that he was wrong because he went to stream it to make... His approach may have been wrong, but at the end of the day, the fact that soca artists or soca producers take an idea that comes from the Zess and the Trinidad culture, and because they did paperwork, it makes it right. That don't make it right because you know where you got it from. That's the only point I'm making. You know where you got the inspiration. That's my point. My point is this. It's not about the fact that, because the rhythm, I can say this, the sample, which they say that they got the Trinidad and the Zess, that sample in the beginning, the drums, right? If you take the drums out, but they still wrote the records. They still, the producers still wrote the records. Without the drums in it, the record would still be a hit.
Yeah.
Because Greatest Been Over is a hit.
Yeah.
The song's
Even No Sweetness is a hit. if you take those drums out, that was inspired by Zess. If you take those drums out, that was inspired by Trini Bad, it'll still be a hit because after that little sample in the beginning, the rhythm goes on.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like the drums is in the whole rhythm. So it would have still been a hit. So to me, it's like you been wanting that audience. And you know what you do to get that audience? We got a young cat that's talented. He just crossed over. We can take him, bring him along, and then now we have the person that represents the
But
bottom.
to play devil's advocate, right?
Right.
Is it the producer's prerogative? Is it like that's their business to put whoever they want on the rhythm? Is it?
It's not their business. They gonna get it how they gonna get it, it's not their business. They gonna get it how they gonna get it, and I salute that. But just know that we know where the idea came from. So when you get the clap back, don't play victim. That's all I'm saying. If you're gonna get it how you get it, the cats from the bottom, they may not be able to afford to do that paperwork, or they may not believe that what we're doing as of right now is worthy enough for us to legalize it. Because when you're dealing with Zess and you're dealing with Trini Bad, you're dealing with the hood. We know how hood cats not thinking about copyright. They're not thinking about trademark. They're not thinking about none of that. And they know that.
Although you more in the party scene, right?
Yeah.
Not in the artist scene as much.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's this
guy in the sky who's controlling the thing and saying like, yo, what they call it? Not guy in the sky, you know, but
Sorry, the mafia?
Soca mafia. Do you think that's a real thing?
I don't think it's a real thing like we have fucking Tony Montana or freaking Bugsy Siegel or all these, Al Capones and if you say something indirect, they gonna come and get you. I don't think it's like something like that to where you have to be afraid of any type of repercussions physically or violently, in a sense. I just think that you have groups of individuals in different segments. You can have a potential mafia in South Florida, Miami. You can have a potential mafia in Trinidad. You can have a potential mafia in Barbados. You can have a potential mafia in New York. And these individuals are the ones that have more opportunities to be successful, and they all come together and they can dictate, okay, we see this talent, we see this person, we want this person under our wing. And, they studying and seeing who they want to be able to, like they're being selective.
So you think it's more of a selective
I
thing?
think it's more of a selective thing. I don't think it's like a situation where you got these Caribbean cats in suits and they controlling the whole thing. And if you say something about them, then next thing you know, they gonna have pictures of your family, and they like, oh yeah, like if you say something else, we gonna do something to you. Yeah. I don't think it's that. I just think that it's people that have money and have power and they have respect.
not the Sopranos, but
yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Because when you hear the word mafia, when you hear that, you thinking, oh, these cats, they the real deal. They gonna do something to you if you say something crazy.
Listen, we've been talking kind of like not serious, but
Right.
but less about the Bacchanal thing. And I want to make sure we touch some of this. Like, what's the process, right?
Right.
She have a big bottom. She have a small waist. Because I will tell you that I think I remember when I met you.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a flight 868.
Oh,
That's just a shameless
shout
plug.
out to my big
Right?
bro.
But as Fight 868 is coming up, hosted by me next week. But
the
thing is that when I saw you,
Yeah.
is it next week? It's not next week,
No, it's
3
in
weeks.
February. Yeah, February.
right? I'm so excited that
Yeah. Man, I mean, he is the official host. Every year,
yeah,
he there.
yeah, I'm there.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? But I think it was a flight 868 where I performed, and I always felt like I could have been a Bacchanal boy,
Right.
but the way my back surgery has gone and,
Oh.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that ain't a
My
good
belly
idea.
out of
man.
control a little bit. I ain't as strong as I used to be. So I
good
just kind of
idea,
live vicariously through this Bacchanal experience, right? But yeah, what's the process? Is it like, I don't know. But sometimes I'm a little envious.
All you have to do, because when it comes down to the Bacchanal Boys, first things first, you have to be a good person.
Okay.
Because like I said, we talked already. It's about, like, for me, I'm going to go into my studies. I'm going to go into the social work thing. It's about humanistic values. It's about treating everybody how they want to be treated. It's about treating people equally. If I see that you're a good person at heart, even if everybody has flaws, nobody is perfect, but it starts with the person.
Yo, Prez.
Then after that,
Prez.
Come on, y'all. Come on.
listen.
Listen, all of this Sophie talk. Yo, I watched the videos, yo. Yo, we all watching the videos.
He got me.
And
He got me.
you not taking it easy. You understand? There's a level of like, all right, you let them go and you let them do their thing. But here come Prez.
Listen,
here come
man.
the Bacchanal Boys.
So I'm
pressure and
about
whining
to get
backwards
crazy on him. I'm about to get crazy on him. All right, listen. All you got to do is come through and fet and show me you got the energy.
Yeah.
I don't care if you got a bad back. I don't care if you think that you ain't as strong as you used to be.
Yeah.
Just come through, bring the vibes and the energy. And then every time after that, a link in your phone. Yo, you coming out?
Yeah.
It's just like that.
Now, but not about me, because I'm saying that I know that I can't.
But not even
I
just
could
you.
drink.
I'm just saying people. I'm just describing
okay. Talking to them.
because the same reason. You gonna call it excuse? The same reason that you say you can't be part of that is the same reason that all you give. Listen, I don't care how old you is. Fun is fun. Be yourself, and we're going to make it happen. All right? But let me say this. We don't recruit. Just come out, have a good time, and I'm going to see what I can do for you. All right? That's how we doing it. Because, listen, this is first time ever. We on the podcast.
What they do.
What they do is ask me, how can I be a part of the Bacchanal Boys?
Yeah.
Dog, there's no recruitment process. Come out, have a good time. And if I see you on it, then it's up.
Yeah, it's up.
If not,
Yeah. It ain't up. But my question, right? My question was really like,
The selective process.
Yeah.
Because you know what it seems like to me, and I know this is not the truth, but this is what it seems like to me.
Okay.
Right? It seems like you're reaching the dance, you and your team, or you walk in, boom, boom, right? You get 2 drinks, 2 bottles, and you're scoping it, right?
right.
open the scene.
You talking about me personally, right?
Yeah, you and
Yeah.
the team. Not just like,
I use my height to the advantage, and I'm
Right.
just sitting there like,
you like 7 foot tall.
okay, right. I'm 4 inches from 7 foot tall, but it's close enough. You can estimate to the nearest 10th, and we'll get there. So, right. I do scope the scene. You right. You studying this guy. Listen, he knows what he's talking about. I scope the scene because I want to see, okay, she kind of reserved, but she doing it. Okay, she over there just dancing with her friends. I ain't with that.
Yeah.
But her over there,
Yeah.
she a little, but we can make it work.
Yeah. Is there a type or is it a vibe?
It's not a type. No discrimination.
Okay.
I don't discriminate. You can be. Well, it doesn't matter if you're slim. It doesn't matter if you're big. It doesn't matter if you're short. It doesn't matter if you're tall. It doesn't matter if you're 30. It doesn't matter if you're 80. You're gonna get it. Everybody can get it. That's how I go. So it's no discrimination, and that's another reason why the people love me, because I don't discriminate. And I told, when I have young cats on my team, I let them know, dog, I know you young, you in your early 20s, and you want to look all fine and all look. No, you got to dance with them all.
Big thing, small thing, you're
Listen.
whining up on all things.
If she's 2 times your age, you gotta get it, B. Yeah. And it's like, yo, like, they love it.
Because there's no discrimination. They're used to that. They're used to, okay, I'm older, I'm falling off.
They gonna see me, they gonna go the other way because they want the young Jones. No, I want it all.
Yeah.
I want it all. Understand me? Y'all got me, yo, you about to get me out of my element now. See, you trying to get...
But listen, what I find in the parties, when I go in these dances, right, I find like...
Women not whining on guys no more. It's just women on women, and they kind of watching you like you came to the wrong dance because we don't whine on guys. But you find a way to only you.
You know why?
They don't
Because,
feel safe.
yeah, they don't feel safe. A lot of the women are scared. They don't feel safe. A lot of y'all cats, and I'm going to be real with you, y'all see a nice bouncy, y'all see a pretty face, and y'all get too aggressive, B. You get it too aggressive. You're stalking them. You want to make sure that you secure the bag. But, dog, if you was confident in yourself, you would secure the bag by just knowing that, okay, I seen her. At the end of the joint, I'm going to holler at her. You following her around. Anytime you asking her if she need a drink, leave her alone.
If she wants you, she going to show you that she wants you. Like, at the end of the day.
Since I was young, I've always been getting the ladies. I'm going to just let y'all know this now. I've always been getting the girls.
So I'm not pressed over women. So when it comes down to a woman coming to me, understood. If I want her, I'm going to get her. And a lot of times when I want her, they may be with a group of their friends, and you can tell just based off of body movement, yo, I'm with my homegirls, yo, fall back a little bit. I bet. And then after the end of the joint, they come to me. You got to understand, ladies. You got to know body language. You got to know the ladies. You got to know what the ladies like. Guys, you can't be too aggressive because they don't like that. I'm saying,
So that's what you think is going on. It's not that they don't want to dance with the fellas in the party. It's just that dudes is doing too much.
They're afraid, man. They're afraid because a lot of women are getting handled improperly. A lot of women are actually like in dangerous situations where they're in fear of their life because dudes just are not used to getting vagina. Understand? Like they're not used to it. So I know what a woman want, what they don't want. You gotta give them space. They come there to have a good time. They're not coming there for you, maybe until after the party. If they see you, but at the end of the day, you gotta let them do what they do and then let them choose.
But now now that you are the Bacchanal Boys,
Yeah.
right? You are an official brand and a recognizable brand.
Right.
They just coming. They coming to be on the camera. They are coming to be.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said it because at first you say they coming, they just coming. No, they coming to get they 15, 20, 30 seconds of fame. And it's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But when it comes down to it, like, I'm still a human being. I know I got a following. And I know at the end of the day, for me, I'll share the wealth. Like, I know I have a following. I know who I am. So don't talk to me or communicate with me like I'm I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing? I'm a big fan. What you want to do? Like, what you want to do? Because at the end of the day, I like the verbiage and the language, you know, the approach. They be like, hey, it's me. Like, yo, I'm a big fan. I've been a fan for what you want.
You know? Oh, so you saying that a lot of these videos that we see of you in our party, it's somebody has communicated that they wanna.
Yeah, it's a rapport established. Whether it's text message, whether it's DM, whether it's when I first reach into the party or like I'm in the parking lot and they see me, hey, I've been following you for a long time and I've been waiting to see you this whole time. I want you to do this, and that. So they establish what they want.
Okay.
The women that you see me dancing with, I probably know them or I just met them at the party, but they already let me know, hey, you the Bacchanal Boys, right? Oh, I love you. I love your content. And then it goes from there. Yeah. A lot of the times, even if it's random to me, even if I think it's random and I just seen this girl just today, and I'm like, what the hell? Why is she doing all this? She just must be genuinely like feeling the vibe. The next day, I get a DM, yo, I've been following you. but I just ain't follow you. I actually didn't follow you, but I've been following your page, which means they're not a follower, but they follow and they see it, and they've been on my heels the whole time. And that's one of the things that people don't know. I'm being monitored and I'm being watched without me knowing I'm being watched. Yeah. I may be at a fete with 1,000 people. I may know 100 of them. Yeah. The other 900 in there, I don't know. That's what's scary.
Yeah. It's scary because I don't know everybody that's in there, but everybody in there know me.
Word. Yeah, but that's what you signed up for.
Right.
Right. I ain't complaining.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I signed up for, so it is what it is. I'm taking all the smoke.
I saw this Miami Carnival. I don't know how long it's been, but I saw Kitties, and you had a section, it seemed, with Wasi.
Big up to Giselle, big up to Eternal Vibes, man.
So you do have a section with in the Kitties Carnival.
I had a section with them, not this Kitties Carnival I just passed, but the one before that.
Okay, was last.
I had a section called Bacchanal Boys. My son was actually 1 year old at the time, and it was basically a male section, and it was called Bacchanal Boys, and I appreciate Giselle for that.
She's the queen.
But yeah, she's the queen, man. But this year, it wasn't a section, but I had them in the same section. It was called Chinese Arrival.
And, you know, at the end of the day, I support her. I understand what her vision, and her vision is to
bring up the next generation. And I'm about that because I got babies now that I want to be a part of the culture. They don't have to do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
They don't have to take on everything that I'm taking on.
Them.
But I'm exposing them the same thing. Not even just my son, not even just my daughter, my niece, which is my sister's daughter. And we just want to just make sure that they get it right. They get it honest because even though I came up under the structure of a Bajan man and a Bajan woman, they worked so hard to the point where they really couldn't give us the cultural aspect of being from Barbados.
That's what's up. Listen, I also understand that at one time you used to rap.
Oh, yes. Listen, I used to rap. I started rap when I was 15 years old. It was a group of my friends. Came from the Sandbox. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to NEC Frontline. I mean, Coast Wave regime now. But I came up with a couple of my friends, you know, from 15 years old. So into my sophomore year of high school, we was getting down. And now, you know.
So that's what I want to see because like I'm saying, I know you got relationships with like Moto, CD.
Yeah.
I mean, just
all them.
From what I've seen.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are many more.
Right.
Classic, right? Father.
You know, Classic used to be a rapper. He used to,
facts.
No,
I had him last.
Yeah, you had him last. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen.
I rock Classic.
Yeah. That's my dog, man. Shout out to Cam, man. That's my dog. Yeah,
So,
love you, bro.
So you don't feel like maybe you could jump in the Soca game, or, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like I could, but I feel like it wouldn't be me 100%. I feel like I have a vision, and my vision is taking the Caribbean sound. I'm not gonna say the soca. I want to say the Caribbean sound, whether it's implementing the Trini, implementing whatever the case may be. I'm gonna make a different type of sound to where people that are Caribbean or of Caribbean descent can feel comfortable with producing or making music, even if they want to rap off of this kind of the vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's still going to have the Caribbean feel. It's still going to have the influence, but to feel comfortable with it. I haven't came up with the term yet, but I'm definitely, we working on the sound. Shout out to Moto. Shout out to Team Fox. We working on the sound now. But definitely,
we working on.
So you know, we over here at What They Do has developed this new segment where I ask my guests.
Yeah. I don't have a name for it. It's brand new. Classic was the first.
It was the first,
right?
Classic.
Cold way or no way.
Where we say, maybe you can give me a high 8, 16.
Ooh, listen. I'm willing to give it to you. Like, I can send you a little, you know, one of my classics,
Yeah.
and we can, you know,
Okay, so something from before.
something from before. See, my goal is to get people to, you know, understand, or people to know that I really do this.
Listen, let me tell you something. Classic performance video did like 40,000 views.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, the viewership thing, right, for the performances so far have been pretty good.
For the people that know, they know.
You know what I mean?
That I'm a killer with this.
All right, so we gonna give you some headphones. Yo, bring the headphones.
But matter of fact, before we bring the headphones,
All right.
I know this is a little bit, you know, earlier in the segment, but
Sure.
But I want to say this, man. I appreciate you for doing your research and asking me about my past as far as my education, as far as me going to boot. I didn't even know you was going to do that.
Yeah, man.
Because those are parts of me that I feel people need to know. Because everybody may be thinking that, oh, this is a young whiner boy that's all he do is be Bacchanal. But it's important for people to know, and especially the youngsters coming up, because you have a son, correct?
Yep.
That, dog, when like, education is key, man. Because it gets you through a lot of things, man. It gets you through a lot of things. People wouldn't have expected this of me. To know that I come from a background having 2 degrees.
Yeah.
And anybody that, like I said, for the youngsters out there, man, like, especially now, I have a nephew that I raised as my son. My brother was doing a bid. He did a couple bids. And I raised my nephew, shout out to Kasir, as my own. And he's at Florida Memorial right now. And life could have been a whole different way because he may want to follow in his father's footsteps.
And I wouldn't allow it.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't allow it.
Yeah.
He was in Jersey. He could have graduated from high school just so they can say he got his diploma. I said, no, forfeit him his senior year. Bring him here to do his senior year over again. And I promise you, he'll be all right. He's in his 2nd year at Florida Memorial College right now.
That's what's up. You know, let me tell you something, right? You see this thing called being marginalized, something that I don't like.
Yeah.
Right? I think that every single human being is not one dimension. Right?
There are facets to them that is beyond what we see. Right? You come from somewhere. You, me, right? Come from somewhere.
The family.
Right? Come from something. Right? And that thing is what made you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so I think it's important. When I saw that.
We went to HBCU, like my son, right, who's 16, wants to go to HBCU, right? He wants to go to Howard University. And this is not because daddy said go to this school. Right. It's because somewhere in the line of wherever he saw, he like, that resonated with him.
Listen, and I wish at 16, I knew where I was going. Yeah. For your son to know that he wants to go here at 16, that's what it's supposed to be.
So it's
and so because you graduated, you got 2 degrees from 2 HBCUs, it's important for my son to see you. Right? And if it's important for my son to see you, it's important for the viewers to see you and hear that. Right. Because it's one thing to be a star. It's one thing to be a whiner boy. It's one thing to be fresh.
That's all. That's fun.
All of that's cool. That's fun. But to also be able to excel in academics. Right. To where you have the potential, because not necessarily that because you have academics that you will be successful. Right. But you have a greater potential, a greater chance of obtaining the things that you want to obtain in life when you have some of this paper. Right. You understand? Yeah. And so I just think, and even beyond that, just excelling as a human. Yes. Exposed to different people, different cultures, different races, all those things. They call that being well-traveled or well-cultured. Yeah. All those things help you develop as a human being.
Yes.
And so I respect you for that. You know what I mean?
Appreciate that.
And so I wanted to make sure I highlighted that.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that.
All right, so
Back
any headphones?
Yeah, let's get it.
Let me get the headphones.
Back to it. Listen, listen. Shine. Listen, everybody got to shine.
Man.
We don't want everybody to shine.
Yeah, the best way to get them back is grind on them. Gotta shine on them. Yeah, I'ma shine and put in work overtime. Make the bread, stack the bread, flip the bread, then repeat the same grind. I'm just trying to have it ball, put my family on at the same time. Sticking straight to the code, everything will fall in the same line. Yeah, I'ma shine and put in work overtime. Make the bread, stack the bread, flip the bread, then repeat the same grind. I'm just trying to have it ball, put my family on at the same time. Sticking straight to the code, everything will fall in the same line. Yeah, 10 toes down from the get-go. Ball shit, once I took a loss, bitch, your boy had to get low. Cut some niggas off that I knew for years, these dudes is klepto. Made moves once I seen their true colors flash like it's techno. Yeah, shorty bad and she want the sex though. Put some shit up in the gut, make her feel good like it's Pepto. Spraying me with holy water, oh Lord, giving her the best strokes. Head game so good, she put her foot in it like a step show. Y'all niggas worried about the wrong things, nigga, I'm in Palm Springs. Full side with a bunch of cool dimes twerking on my jawstrings. All my niggas running wild, all smiles, young and we flossing. Getting to the money, put your people on, that's what I call king. Yeah.
Yo, Prez, man. I just want to thank you for coming onto my show, onto the platform, what they do. You know, it was great talking to you because I think we were able to give a little bit more than just the wine boy thing, the Bacchanal thing.
Right.
That is the niche, and that is where you have found some of your success. Right. But I think that the people got to know you a little bit. You know what I mean? So I just want to thank you for coming on.
Dog, I appreciate you. I appreciate the patience that you had with me because, you know, I got the babies, man.
Yeah.
And it's rough, but at the end of the day, I wanted to do this so bad that I wanted to make the sacrifice. I hope after this one, we can come back and do another one to see the growth and everything. But this was needed.
Yo, everybody wants to come back, and that makes me feel good. Everybody's like, yo, I want to come back. We could talk some more things.
It's warm,
definitely.
Man. Listen, you got the flowers, you got everything going on. Yeah, I like the decorations.
Yeah.
I like the presentation.
Mud.
It's just warm, baby. I love it.
You know, it's cold outside here. I'm freezing, but I think you're good because you got the heat over there. You know, everything is. You know, I tried to make it. We tried to make it. We try to make it hospitable. Yeah. You know, I hope your cup is full. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, once again, it's your friend Sizway, and it's all about what they do. You know, the Bacchanal Boys in the building.
Big
and
Bacchanal,
yeah, man, we'll see you next
Slackness
week. Yeah,
Kings.
Once again.